Today, we're going to talk about the Internet of Things, some of its enabling technologies, and going through some examples and applications of it. So let's get started. What is IoT? IoT is the network of integrated computing devices that are able to transfer data and information from one another on a network. It can function without the need of human-to-human and human-to-computer interaction. These devices, which are called things, allow simple everyday objects to sense and can be controlled remotely on the network or through the internet. These things can range from wireless pacemakers to a car with inbuilt sensors. Currently, it's being used in various industries such as healthcare, transportation, energy management, and infrastructure. It has been estimated that about 21 billion IoT devices will be available in the year 2020. So let's look at the IoT stack, the path which the data gathered from sensors reaches the consumer on application. Let's start off with the sensors, the part of the device that are able to detect the events and changes of an environment. Some examples would be motion sensors and temperature sensors. This data is then sent to the device's microprocessors, which turns the data into useful information. Later, it is uploaded onto the device's network. Next comes cloud processing, which gathers the information sent from many devices, then processes it all with a much higher processing unit, which can be turned into analytics and then stored on cloud storage. Finally, the information is displayed on applications for the user to see. Now let's look at some of its enabling technologies. There is Bluetooth Low Energy, BLE, Near Field Communication, NFC, and ZigBee. BLE is able to facilitate short-range wireless data communication between devices. When compared to Bluetooth Classic, it is able to run the same functions at 1/3 of the speed while consuming half of its energy resource. Now this is more favorable towards consumers due to its lower cost and longer battery life. NFC is a high-frequency wireless technology that can establish communication between two devices, such as a smartphone and an NFC reader. It is commonly used as a method of mobile payment. ZigBee is a wireless technology that uses a mesh network so that each device becomes a relay path for the connection outwards to the rest of the network. It has a redundant set of paths, thus a higher reliability in the case of failure. It is commonly used in home automation, and in comparison, ZigBee is more economical than Wi-Fi and it consumes less energy than Bluetooth. Now here are some examples of commercial products being used in IoT today. This is SmartThings, a set of devices and sensors that allow consumers to monitor, control, and secure their homes, all within a smartphone application. As you can see on the right is the smartphone application, which views all of the data being sent from the sensors. On the left, you can see is the SmartThings Hub, which connects the rest of the devices and sensors into a central location. Here is the motion sensor. It is able to detect for any movement in an area. This is an outlook controller, which can be used to control lights and any electronic items connected to it in order for it to turn off and on. When paired with a motion sensor, it can be used to set up lights that will turn on whenever someone passes by. This is a water leak sensor. It can detect temperature changes and sense if there's any water leaks around the area. Here is an arrival sensor, which is normally attached to a set of keys. It can detect if someone from your household has arrived back home and can even be used to find your keys when you lose them. So, if you are more interested in customizing and creating your own device, there are several hardware platforms. On the left, you can see is the Arduino, a microcontroller motherboard that runs one program at a time. It is best used for more simple and repetitive tasks like opening and closing doors and creating simple robots. On the right, you can see a Raspberry Pi, a more general purpose computer that can run multiple programs. It is better used for more complicated robots and intense calculations. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.